Hey, my name is Friday. Welcome to my channel. Let's start crafting. First thing you want is this family sign. We don't need that right now, so we're going to set that away. Some burlap and some foliage and two of these boxes. I am reusing mine. First thing we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. And you're going to notice that they do not line up. There's a gap in between there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take my E6000 and I'm going to run it mainly up at the top because that's where my big gap is at. What I like to do before I get going is I like to just move it around like that. I'm going to line it up. Then I'm going to take this popsicle stick. I'm going to put a whole bunch of glue on it. Make sure that that's even. And then I am just going to place my popsicle on the between the two. Okay, after your E6000 is dried overnight, glue two popsicle sticks in between the boxes just to hold it, and then flip it over and fill the gap in with spackling. Spackling only takes 30 minutes to dry. I'd fill it in there, sand it off, and then fill it in again. Unfortunately, I don't have spackling. I have mud, so I had to wait 24 hours. The next thing you want to do is paint it. I am going to paint mine with white chalk paint. I'm going to give it 2, maybe 3 coats, and then we'll decorate. Okay, so now that my board is dry, I did put my sticker on. I did get a few cracks in here because I did not sand down the paper on the board properly. So make sure you do that, but you're really not going to be able to see that once I put my foliage on it. And I'm going to put a bow, which is why I put my family down lower. I might take my Cricut, because there is a little bit of black in here, and put a black line with the words everything, so it'd be like family over everything, but I don't know. The next step is you want to seal this sticker, and you can do it 2 ways. You can spray paint poly on there, but I'm just going to put a thin layer of Mod Podge. Okay, now that the Mod Podge is dry, place your foliage the way you want it and hot glue it down. I really love this box sign. I like it how it adds depth to my wall. But on to the next craft. For this craft, we want some foam board, this welcome sign, 6 of the 12-inch dowels and 6 of the 6-inch dowels, some jute, some chalk paint. I'm using truffle and white, maybe sage, and some foliage, maybe. The first thing we want to do is stain our dowels. I'm going to take some truffle paint and mix it with water and stain my sticks. Okay, now that my sticks are dry, I am going to take 4 of each size, and I am going to glue 2 of them together. So I'm going to make 2 sets of each size. After those are glued, we're going to flip them over the glue side up. And I am going to glue these 2 together like this. Before I cut it on the foam board, I am going to offset it like this much. And there's a reason I'm doing this. And then I just want to make sure I can see my foam board. And then I'm going to trace around it, and I'm going to cut it with my X-Acto knife. And then when I'm done, I'm going to paint this with chalk paint white. Okay, my board is almost dry. This is where I chalk painted, and this is my frame. I want the glue side facing me and the chalk facing down. Before I glue it together, I want to dry fit everything. I want to make sure that I can see every edge dowel. And so I'm just going to dry fit it until I know it's going to fit perfect. What I'm going for is a box frame look. So I am just dry fitting and making sure it's going to fit, and if necessary, make any adjustments you need. And I noticed I should have cut these two sticks longer, so after I glue this on and this on, I'll make two new dowels the proper size. So once you have it dry fit to where you want it, and that is where I want mine, I'm just going to hold this down, remove this dowel. I'm going to run a bead of hot glue along here and put my dowel in on that side and this side. Cut me some new dowels and place those there. Okay, so I glued all my dowels on there, and what I really like about this is when you have it hanging on the wall, you are not going to be able to see the foam board behind it. Just absolutely love how it came out. I super glued my welcome sign down. I did not paint it. So now what we want to do is put a tad bit of foliage on it. So I am just going to cut this right here. I'm going to grab some twine, some hot glue. I'm just going to wrap twine around it at the bottom. Now I'm just going to hot glue them in the corners. I absolutely love how this came out. Okay, this is probably my favorite sign. I made it like a statement piece when you walk into my house. I really like how it came out, and I am not going to hang it on the wall, but I love it. On to the next craft. For this craft, you're going to need these Jenga blocks. You need 12 of them. Take 10 of them and stain them. I just mixed black with some water, black chalk paint with some water, and stained it, and it gave me this really cool rustic look. You need 2 extra ones as well as that for a total of 12. You need one of these tags, some jute, and oh my goodness, I love these pins. You can write on mugs, glasses, ceramics, and you can heat set them. These are awesome. And then you need either a piece of cardboard. I am using this cardstock, but take the cardboard, cut it out, and then you can paint it whatever color you want. The first step you want to do is take these, stand them up like that, and glue 2 of them together. Make just sets of 2. After that, we want to glue them together like this. These 2 we are not going to glue on the house part yet. And you'll see why. Next, you want to line up your house on your cardstock or your painted cardboard, and you want to glue it down. Then you can glue your roof on. You want to take your knife and cut away the excess paper. In the meantime, take your little sign and write whatever you want on there. And I always like to take a scrap piece of paper and make sure my pen is working before I start. Next, you want to put a dab of glue right in between here to hold this and this part together. And put some twine in there. Then I need a stand, so I'm going to glue these 2 together. So my sign is dry, and I know if I clip it on here, it is not going to work. So what I am going to do is I am going to glue it just like that. And there's the finished project. To all my subscribers, thank you. For those of you that are not subscribed, subscribe, join the fun. Okay, until next time, peace.